It's time to tinker and talk the night away. Grab your glue and paints, we're back again. It's model making day. From classic cars to soaring planes and steam trains on the track. Whether die-cast builds or part work kits, there's no turning back. So let's tinker and talk, just you and me, building dreams from plastic, one sprue at a time. You see, whether sanding down or fitting parts, we share the joy, that's how it starts. Come along, let's tinker and talk the night away. Oh, got a Mustang here and a Spitfire too, maybe a steam train. The smell of glue, the sound of chat, in this world we all remain. Got a tip or trick, then drop it in chat. We build as friends, not just fans. This bench is open, the stream is live. Come lend a helping hand. Yeah, we tinker and talk with laughs and care. The hobby's better when you've got good folks to share. From sanding wheels to fixing wings, we celebrate the little things. So come on in, let's tinker and talk the night away. Screws and glue, just me and you, talking shop till the model's through. A misstep here, a perfect fit. We cheer each other every bit. Let's tinker and talk under workshop lights, chasing calm and joy through long creative nights. From revel kits to die-cast dreams, we're builders, makers, part of a team. It's Tuesday night, let's tinker and talk the night away.
Good evening, all, and welcome to another Tinker and Talk Tuesday. This camera seems to be having a bit of an issue, but just going to muddle through. The other ones are fine. It's flickering for some reason, I don't know why. But Chris, it was actually a lot earlier than that. It was 1981, so actually before I was born. So it was actually the 12th of April, which I didn't realise until I Googled it myself. And it's actually my daughter's birthday, so they were born on the anniversary of the first Space Shuttle launch. So, Rach, if you're watching, that's a fact that you now know. So, we are building the Space Shuttle. I'm going to continue that because it was actually quite an enjoyable build last week. Nothing went wrong. It just all seemed to go together really nicely. But I do have a couple of little things that will soon be available from Mike Lane I'm going to show you. And he's given me sort of early access because they are perfect to go in the diorama. So I'm going to take you off the workbench. I'll show you that now. Hey Howard, I have noticed I have been dashed. I don't have the soundbite, and for some reason that camera's not working. Why is that camera not working? That one is. There you go. So going to be a car crash stream, it seems. Let me just try deactivating that and restarting it. There we go. Now we're back. We're live. Right. So that's really gone good, hasn't it? I started off with a car crash before we even started. Let's hope that doesn't set up the rest of the stream. Right. So got a little tool trolley, and you'll notice it's done in sort of like the style of Milwaukee, but it actually says Mike Lane on it, which I think is pretty clever. Now, I believe there's going to be at least 3 different versions of this available with different decals. I know the last time I spoke to Mike, he's considering not having the transfers in place and allowing people to potentially spray these so they can do whatever colour they want and whatever style they want. But I've got this one for now, and that goes really, really nicely with the little toolbox. And inside the toolbox, we have a set of die-cast tools, which look absolutely fantastic. So, as I say, they will be available at some point on Mike's website. I'm not sure when this is being launched, but as I say, he's given me these early just because they fit so well in the diorama. The other thing, which I haven't built yet, Ian will be probably familiar with something like this. If I just pull Ian's one down, actually, give me 2 seconds. Should have prepped this before, shouldn't I? Because I can't actually get it down. It's tied up with something else. There we go. So, from Partware Upgrades, and I believe it's going to be available from Horlicks soon, we've got a tyre rack. That's, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's resin printed, Ian. But also, Mike will have something similar coming soon. So this is actually going to be obviously all metal, and it's going to be bolted together. But that is another tyre rack. So this is obviously the one from Ian, and I'm pretty sure I put this on the channel a while back. So if you want to check this one out, check through the channel, it will be on there. But as I say, I think Horlicks is doing this one as well. But so that's that one. Now I do believe I haven't actually assembled this, but I think the one from Mike is a little bit longer. Yes. So this will basically produce the same sort of thing, and obviously you can put your tyres and things on it. So as well as Horlicks, you've also got the option of going over to Mike as well. I will do a video on the channel for this one at some point, just of a quick assemble. But I believe they also come in different colours. I personally like the red. Don't know why, but I did. So check out Mike's website for those sort of things coming soon. So that's the first thing out of the way. And pretty much now, ready to just continue on with this build. Now, I'm hoping that it's all going to go smoothly. It's all gone wrong at the beginning of the stream. Right, in theory, I've got the bits out ready that I need, which are these 2 frets, F and K. Oh, ideal. Thought that wasn't working for a second. It is. I can imagine you getting lost around IKEA. Although it's just a one-way thing, isn't it? Yeah, let's see what else we got. So yeah, it is a resin one from Ian, and I'm assuming Horlicks is still going to do these stickers. Obviously, these are solid ends, whereas the one from Mike won't be a solid end. So they are 2 different versions. So whichever you prefer. I have no idea on pricing either on those, to be fair. The ones from Mike are metal. It should be noted that these are metal strands that go across here in the resin print, and they do have adjustment, as you can see, which is one thing that Mike's doesn't have. It's just a set height on this one, but it will take a 1/8 scale wheel without any issues. Well, it will if I hadn't pulled the thing out anyway. But you get the idea. This is just going to be a car crash stream, isn't it? I haven't even started the rocket yet, and it's everything's going wrong. Sits on the shelf for months and months, does its job, and then I touch it. But I've currently got Ian's one holding the spare tyres that I've currently got. So that's the Skyline and the RB19. But depending on how many builds you're going to do, you know, more than one tyre rack is probably going to be required. I've lost your comment now to hide that. All going wrong. There we go. Right, let's get on with the shuttle. So, first bits we need, probably not that base at the moment. We need some parts from K and some parts from F. So, F11, 2 of those. What's these ones? Yeah, just get loads. So, are the ones available from Horlicks now, Ian, or are they still to come? As I say, I know the ones from Mike are due at some point. Now we need F12, 2 of those. Yeah, I think Ian's still in Atlanta at the minute, waiting for another plane because he got bumped off the first one. And unfortunately, there was a problem with Jordan's passport, I think, and he is not able to come anymore. They wouldn't let him out of the country, apparently. Right, so we've got F11, F12, F23. That's this big part. F38, which is that one. And then we need K18 and 19. That's K18. And then we need both K19s. Is that everything? I think so. Got a little bit of wax as well. Right, so we have this, and we'll just clean that up a little bit. Yeah, I bet he's absolutely devastated. There you go. So the ones from Horlicks, $11.99 each. Right, so these are identical, so we can just do that goes in there at the bottom. And that one does the same. And then that goes there. I love how ROKR have actually color coded these, where they actually end up. ugears could learn a little bit from them. And then these ones, apparently we need to have a bit of wax on. Nope, not that around, that way around. I think what I'll do is I'll put them in first and then rub the wax on. Which do. Excellent. And that's that piece done. So we now need this piece. We have this lens. They call it a lamp, I think, or lampshade. Oh, E2, where's E2? Did I not pull E2 out? Where's E? Where is E? E, B, C, D, G, H, E. Panicking for a second, I didn't have an E. So E2 is this one. I was going to say they didn't actually list it as parts at the beginning, but they did. Right at the top. So that's going on there. It's got a couple of little locating lugs. Makes it easy. That then goes in like that. And then we have this piece that goes on top. And we need 2 P1 screws for that. Hey, Steve. Everything's going smoothly for anyone that's actually just joined. I'm going to have to go find my other screwdriver that's across the other side of the workshop. Yep. 2 seconds. I'll make it seem like this workshop's massive. Walking across it takes ages. Right. 1 screw in there. You believe I've only done 2 stages so far? And it's already 1/4 past. Right, 2. And with those done, we can put those to one side. And we need more parts. What have I done with the sprues? Yes, thanks, Howard. I did see you mention that. I need K16 and 17 out of here. We need both K17s. And we need both K16s. Then we need F24. We need 4 of those. Can't see them. F24. I see 2 of them. Am I being blind, or have we only got 2 F24? Not being blind. And Rach, if you're watching, yes, I did a man look. F34. We need just the one of those. There's only one, actually. And we need F35, so we need both those parts. Right, so got these little arrows on these, but I don't know what they mean. Oh, actually, okay, they got a locating point. So with the arrow pointing this way, that's going to go into there. And that one in there. Then we have one of these K17s this way up. Press that on there like that. And then one of the K16s, we've got an arrow on this one. And that needs to go this way. This mat is from Technically Stable. They do bigger ones, and I've done a custom design. They do sort of their own bespoke designs as well, but I just made this one myself. Although I might actually do a giveaway for one of these. I did say I was going to do some sort of giveaway when it came to 2,000 subs. I just haven't had the chance to sort anything out yet. Right, now it looks like we need to do the same thing, but for the opposite side. So make sure we get these the right way around. So in this case, the arrows will point this way. Thank you, Ian. So several people now on this stream has now become a member. So you'll get early access to videos that I put out. Right, which way am I putting this on? Yeah, it goes this way. And we've got that one then going in like that. So let's have a look. Who's now a member on the channel? Mark, David Westbury, Alva, Stephen McKinney, Michael Fay, Carl Brown, Stevie B, Ron Marks, I Love Pacers, and whatever you are, whoever you are. Unless it's on a menu, I don't do Chinese or whatever that is. But thank you very much, Ian, and I'm sure everyone else will be really, really happy with that. You keep doing that sort of thing, Ian. We're going to have to do something like dashed. We need an Ian or something. I'm sure someone much more cleverer than me will come up with some marketing ploy for that for you, Ian. Right. So with these parts like this, we need that to go into there, and that's why we need the wax to make sure that's all lubed up. That's the wrong way around. It's this one. This one. That goes in there. This then goes in here. like so. Thank you, Bergdis. Membership's not going to know what's going on. I'm going to have to update my end card now. With however many, was that 15 extra people? That's going to be a longer end card. I might have to redesign it so that it's not a scrolling list. I might have to do it like Wayne does. Right, so we've got that in there, like so. Wasn't meant to put anything in there, was I? It seems a bit loose. Doesn't look like it. Find out in a minute, probably. So who else is now a member? Brett, Sox fan, Cyclunus, Steve Robillard, and Chris Knight. Welcome all to membership. Right, so now we need F21. Did I get that one out of here? I don't think I did. I didn't. F21 is there. And this is going to go just here. Right, now we can add this to the base. Oh, that makes sense why we haven't put anything in there, because it's going to link up to that. Right, so these two little tabs are going to go into that groove, like so. And that's going to mesh with. So let's grab some wax. I think what I'm going to do actually is also. They don't make it easy to come back out, do they? How'd that go in so easily and now come back out? Get on. Nope. Oh, I can still do what I want to do, which is just put a bit of wax on the bottom of these rails. So hopefully get a nice smooth action there. Right, now we need to work out how we're joining these together. So we need that upright and meshing together like that. That's then going to come down like so. And we need a 20mm pin. Of course, part worked. I didn't even know that was a setting, Bergdis. Yeah, what we need to do is we need to set our little washer or holder. Oh, and who heard about the black mat situation, which I managed to, I don't know, steal from what? Ian? I'm not doing a Wayne and I'm not reading out 50 names. Oh, wow. Thanks, Ian. Well and truly part worked. Wow. Thank you, Ian. Right. Uh, you now have to throw someone off the track, don't you? Where was I? Right. That's going to go into there. You have to do it when I'm doing like a little critical piece, don't you? Right. Now we need to. How am I going to do this? Because I can't. This just going to have to push on there and hope for the best, isn't it? I'll tell you what, actually, it's not even possible to do that. I'll do it on the edge of the workbench, I think. Right, there we are. So, in theory, this will now that appears to work. Something's going well. You've completely thrown me now, Ian. Right, what am I doing now? Building a space shuttle, that's what I'm doing. F-37, F-40. So that's F-40. That's F-41. Now we need F-37, which is this piece. Not used to it. I've only just passed 2,000 subs. Just think of it as a sign of appreciation. How's he getting on with it? And it was one of the things that I saw. I bought it and then said to the wife, by the way, I've just bought this. Do you want to buy it for my birthday? What am I after? Not this fret. I want K. It's K11 I want. And K13, which is that one. I like how the ROKR build, they've all got different thicknesses of wood. Don't see that much in the ugears one. Certainly didn't in the Cobra build anyway. Right, so bringing this over. This is going to go in here this way around. This will then go in there. And then the thinner one, have I got that right around? I don't know now. Which was the thinner one? I should have paid more attention. Where did it come from? F41. And that one must have been F40. So I think I did actually, surprisingly, get it the right around. Because I don't think the tabs are... Well, the tabs are different, actually. Okay. They've made it idiot-proof. And I've just proved that fact. Right. So. And this one is going to go at the back here. somehow. That way. And then this one is going to go that way around. There we are. So pull apart several times after assembling to ensure smoothness. Now, smooth-ish. I think what I'll do is I'll find some more wax. I'll just put some in here. To be fair, this is going to be one of those things that I operate once or twice, and then it probably won't get moved again. Right, it looks like we now need a motor. Were these the same motors? I don't think they were they? It's the one with the red and black cable that we need. Well, it depends on how fast you want to launch your rocket, surely, Howard. You know, get it up there quick. Right, what do we want now? K2. That's it. Not many parts left on K now. So, K2. We need sprue A and sprue G. So here's G. We're going to need 18 first. And we also need some screws. P4 screws. What's P4? Because they don't always label the bags, I've noticed. P4. 8 M3x8. Oh, I think I did label that one actually. And then promptly lost it. There it is. So we need 2 of these. So this is going to go like this. Those screws will go through there. I suppose actually speaking, they're bolts, not screws. Right, put that in partly. And then try and figure out which way up it needs to go into this part. And it goes this way around. There it goes. Right. So that's screwed in there. Perfect. And then we need G1, which is this massive piece. Yep, she's always busy beavering away. You having issues with your settings, are you, Steve? Yeah. And to be fair, until Bergdis said, I had no idea about it either. Yeah, I'm sure it moved more like I always thought it was like Thunderbird 1, where it comes down into the launch bay. So, I don't know. I only really pay attention when they take off, because that's the exciting bit. Right. Oh, that's the circuit board. Did wonder what that was. Right, so I'll put that to one side for a minute. With this way around, and the circuit board this way around. That's going to go in there like so. And then we need P2 screws for that. And we need 3 of them. And these ones are labelled. So, don't know why they labelled some, not labelled others. And to be fair, they have labelled them. It's just that they've labelled them M3 by 8, 7 pieces. But not the P number or P value that they've given them previously. Right, so this is going to go from the underside, isn't it? I've seen so many of the ROKR builds now, and I think I like most of them, to be fair. And if they go together like these, like this one, this is my first ROKR build, and I absolutely love it. So if the wife's struggling for any ideas for Christmas, birthdays, or whatever else, just go to ROKR and get me something from there. I'm about to like it. Or ugears. Thanks, David. Haven't even started the shuttle yet. Right, so with that circuit board in place, we now need to take this piece with the motor this way around and try and work out where it's going. So that's going to go through there. Yeah. So it's now pushed in like so. Now we need, it looks like we need one of our switches. Which one though? P13 is what it says. How do I know which one was P13? Or are they all the same? No, P13 has the black and grey cable. Next question is, what have we done with them? Ah, there they are. Right. I thought they suddenly switched to black and white, but no, that's a black and grey cable on there. So it's this switch we need. And we need C2. Where's fret C? Here it is. So C2 is this one. Again, another thick, chunky piece of wood. Right. So how's this going to go? This needs to go on this way around. Is that meant to come out, or is that a printed bit? No, it's got to come out. That's got to go this way around. And we need to find my other screwdriver. P1 screws. Now seem to have lost chat off my tablet, so yeah, things going all good. I do still have chat on the laptop, but I might not see it over there, or not see it as easily. P1 screws? Yeah. 2 P1 screws. Seems to be a lot of gremlins going on tonight. This way around. Right, with that switch in there, we want to attach this way around in here. Soon that will get attached a little bit better than that eventually. See it in. Right, now we need a load of gears, it looks like. Right, as the tablet's not working, I might as well put that there. So it's going to be these gears, I'm sure. Let's also grab F39. Oh, we need to plug this cable in, actually. Which cable do we need to plug in? This one. How does that plug in? That plugs into... Is it going up? Apparently so. Right, so I plugged that one in before I forget. We weren't asked to plug that one in, I don't think. Right, so that's in there. And then we need F39, which is going to lock all the gears together eventually, but we also need all the gears as well. We need a long gear as well. So let's grab that one. We'll find fret F, which is there. So we need this gear, which is going to go on to that end of that motor. Then we need Z2, which is this one. They look all the same, but I guarantee they're probably not. If you put them in the wrong order, I bet something will go wrong. Right, I'll just take off those burrs. It's not going to make it, obviously, blunting these a little bit, because it's not the points that make it run. Right, so Z2 goes in there. Then we need Z1, which is this one. We can get it to come out. I have to get myself some more sprue cutters when I'm at Scale Model World. And then we need Z6, which is this one. Should really treat my sprue cutters a little bit better than I currently do. You can see the tip on that, it's absolutely knackered. I have about 4 pairs somewhere, but I can literally lay my hands on the one. Right, so this one is a little bit different, and in fact it's got this sort of gear on the front there and the shaft on the back there, so I've got to make sure they're going the correct way around. That's all going to get sealed together with this piece. I say sealed together, it doesn't really sit or click in that brilliantly. It's quite loose at it. It's also going to go into a base part, which is actually the next piece to do. Going to pull that along here. Now, can I assume that this cable is going to get plugged in? Yes. Although we can do it because we've got a big gap at the bottom there, so that's fine. So this is going to go down over these points here, and then these are going to go into the points here, along with this one into that slot there. So let's see how well this goes. Got a lot of fiddly bits to all line up. At the same time, try not to mess all the gears up. And ideally not trap any cables as well. Come on. Nope, it's going in. Yeah, it's going. Oh, actually, what it's doing is pushing that part out. Right, so that's down like that. Now we need to line up these points, like so. That's in there. That seems to be meshed. Okay, and then we can plug this cable in, like so. Times it 10-2. That's not too bad. I think if I try and get to the end of this current page, we'll be at a good stopping point. Right, so that's in there. So, cable plugged in. Now we need Z3, which is the last gear on here, I assume. Yep. And this is going to go into the little keyhole pattern here. I say keyhole pattern, it's actually like a cross pattern. And it's going to mesh with this gearing here. So this is obviously just a follower gear, and it's going to be this one that does the heavy lifting. Let's just check that that still moves, which it hopefully does. Oh, of course it won't move because the gear's locking it. That could have been a disaster if I'd broken that. Right, so that's all good. That's only held in because the motor is locked. So, happy with that. So, the next parts we need, so we're going to be building up this section, and we need G2 and G3. And to be fair, I wouldn't even be disappointed if this didn't actually work, because it just looks brilliant all by itself, especially when it lights up. G2, G3. I'll be happy if it works once. I can see it move. Right, so G2. I'll work out which one needs to go in first. It looks like G2 needs to go in first. Why don't they get us put that in first? Before that piece. Right, G2. And then G3 will slot in front of that one. Like so. Then we need G6, 7, and 8. Where are we? G6, G7, G8. Excellent. So, get this the right way around. G6 is going to go into this one. G7 into that one. And then G8 is going to go into that one there. Like so. So what's after that one? G4, G5, and G10. G4. G5. And trying to break this one. G10. That's quite a thin piece. And we need G11 and G9 as well. So G11. And G9, which is that piece. So G4, this way up with a single tab. G5 is going to go on like so. And then G10 is going to hold all of that together. And then we have this piece is G9, and then G11 is going to go on top of that. I wonder if I should have put that the other way around. Oh no, you won't see that G4, that's fine. Because it'll be hidden. Because that's going to go in behind there. And then that's all going to get held together by this piece. Wait a minute. Why is there nothing in that piece? Doesn't say there's going to be anything in that piece. Let's assume that's going to have something in it from above. So it's those three pieces there that's going to hold that on that point. Right, so we've got 5 more pieces to finish off this page. Okay, 7 more pieces actually, because 2 of them are doubled. Right, G12, we need 2 of those. That's these 2 little pieces. Actually, 4 of those there. Thought there were 2 there. G14, which is can't find it. G14. Now we need G13, which is this piece. Knew those two would fall out. I don't know if two of those are spare or not. Might have to just tape those in just so I know what they're from, where they go. Right, so this is surely going to go this way around with the printed panel that way. They will go in like that. That's going to go in there like so. Excellent. Then we need G19 and two G15s. They're the two G15s. Nice and easy. And G19's right underneath it. We like it when it's easy like that. Right, so these will be the last bits I put in for this part of the build. If I can work out where they're going. They're going to go on this side, this way up. That's going to go in there. And then these two, we've got printed side. They do have a printed side. Make sure they are printed side outwards. Is that really going to go? Doesn't look like it goes in there. Did I put that in the wrong place? Should they be centered? Or if I put that back to front? I've put that back to front. That's what I've done. Easily rectified. That comes out. That is go in like that. Makes more sense now. Right, that's in there. That one's in there. And then we've got this top piece. It doesn't have a printed side, so that just goes on the top like so. And that is all there is to do up to page 14. But that's certainly progressed quite a lot, hasn't it? That looks absolutely fantastic. Almost ready for a space shuttle. Right, let me switch cameras and I'll say goodnight to you lot. And I'm still absolutely blown away by your membership, Ian and Bergdis, and of course Howard. Try and remember which camera button to press. So thank you very much for joining me. Again, huge thanks to Ian, Bergdis, Howard for sponsoring the channel, memberships, and obviously doing a dashing as well. Really appreciate it. Absolutely amazing. And I am still really enjoying this build. Looks actually fantastic. How I managed to not do any of it during the week, I have no idea. But at the same time, I'm really happy that I do it for you guys, because what happens is it slows me down. Because if I was given this previously, before doing YouTube, I would have had that done in about a couple of hours. Well, probably a bit more than a couple of hours, but you get the idea that I wouldn't stop until it was finished. And then I'd be like, well, it's done now. I want another one. And nothing wrong with that. But I'm happy that it gives me a little bit of progress. It's like all these part works. If I didn't do the part works and get a bit every month, yeah, if I got a box of a part work, I'd probably try and do it in like 24 hours or something like that, or less. Which at some point I am considering doing. So keep an eye on the channel at some point. I've got a model in mind, and yeah, I think I am going to do that at some point in the future. Just don't know when yet. But as I say, thank you very much for joining me. I will do something about an end card for all the new memberships. Absolutely blown away by that. I just don't know what at the moment. So again, thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.